I'm going to be doing my solo game today, just because my character that I play with my fiance is level 30,
Scanning
and I'm gonna
for
be
knives, boys and girls. Scanning, scanning. None could be located. This world
yeah,
has become a
desolate
desolate nightmare.
nightmare.
Happy holidays.
But yeah, I'm planning on I want to show you guys all this content and stuff of Fallout 76, and play through the storylines and stuff with you. Cause I mean that's the whole point of streaming, right? Now let me go ahead and spread this to the areas I normally spread it to. Cause, that's just how I go. That's just how I do, not how I go. Alrighty. So there's that one. And I think the plan today is to do, well, maybe the hunt for hire or final departure for sure. Cause that's just seems like a good idea. And let's see one more time in the Discord. No, that's not right. And then I'll get started and we'll have some fun. There we go. Hopefully everybody sees that. 2 viewers. Who is my second viewer? Uh, Capsis06. Wonder who that is. Oh well. Probably somebody just browsing. And welcome to the chat. Got my nice gun. Okay. So I need to... Oh, right, I haven't done this on this character. Oh boy. Fun. Okay. Oh, and I should also do that miscellaneous quest, because that actually gives you a pretty decent reward, too. Um, well, I'll be up around the right area. Yeah, take that. Oh, I'm cautioned. Where are you, you little robot? Hidden? Okay, that's good. That didn't tell you... Do I not have subtitles on this one? Hang on one sec. I was certain I had subtitles on. Okay, display. Depth of field, no. Field of view. Actor fade. Actor fade should be actually a little bit higher. Item fade, a little bit higher as well. Yeah, subtitles are on. Okay, well. Because normally with this... Yeah, you hear that? That should be saying, Oh, there you are. It's in the frickin' bus. How did you... It's on that side. get really close. Gotcha! Battered clipboard. Dirty water. You know, you should be able to take the parking brake off that and, like, smash something down there. Okay, I guess just follow the road. Got it! Ow. There you are. There are a ton of these robots here. There you are. That moment when they're walking just a tad too fast. Lots of fusion cells. Ah, poor guy. Didn't even get out of his transport. Oh, I am thirsty. Food and drink. Purified water. Ribeye steak. I need to get lead belly. I am so tired of getting rads from eating. Nice. Now, fun fact. This tank here, which so far is one of the only tanks shown in the Fallout series, is actually built like a old World War II AA tank. It's one of the reasons these are, I want to say 5mm flak cannons? It's the reason the barrel is so small. Door. Oh. Interesting.
What the?
What? Ah, there you are. Darn it. And that's why you want the circle and not just the dot. Ooh, a snub nose. Nice. Because the circle targeting reticle, this one, is way easier to aim because once you have the person inside that circle, you can hit them. Whereas if it's just the dot, you actually have to get a little bit more precise in so that you can actually see that it's touching them. Just little words of wisdom for anybody who plans on doing reflex sights in the future. Honestly, I've shot an AR-15 with these with reflex sights before. Oh, they are nice. Not quite as good as the normal Okay. Kit danger. Huh. And with the frickin' pride flag. And I know some people are gonna say, well, why are you acting derogatory towards somebody like that? Blood Eagle. Huh, they must have killed him. And my whole thing is where'd they go? There. That makes you stand out. That is what gets you made fun of. That's what makes people say, oh, that God, and roll their eyes. Because here's the thing. I myself am straight. I don't need to know if somebody else is not. I don't care. And it's as simple as that. I do not care. If you feel like that's the most interesting thing about yourself, then you have other problems. But I don't need to see a flag. I don't need to hear the way the flaming way they talk, which I think is primarily shown in like Hollywood and stuff to make fun of them. Anyway, so take that with a grain of salt. Oh, that's the anchor they're talking about. That's cool. But yeah, I mean, I don't need to see, like, a rainbow flag everywhere I go to know not to, like, persecute them, not to, like, do bad things to them. Let's see, weapons. Let's see. Pipe guns. I don't have, okay. Let's see, switch to modify. 44 pistol.
We're just trying to make ends meet.
Okay. Standard sight, reflex sight. Ah, I need nuclear material. Oh wait, hang on. So, these you wanna scrap. Snappy receiver, nice. Short laser pistol. That's fine. Oh, so you I don't need. Yeah. But yeah, and then, like, I mean, if you want to support their lifestyle, that's one thing. But again, me, I just want to quit seeing it everywhere and being told, oh, you should support this or you're a bad person.
Plenty of unclaimed space up the road. Maybe you should give it a visit.
Heard you might have had some dealings with the gangs up west at Virginia Lumber. Gang up at West Virginia Lumber. Okay.
West Virginia, no. Don't know anything about them. Now, I'd like you to leave.
Wow. Strength 3, I guess.
No. Look, we worked out a deal with them. Supplies for protection. We can work out one with you. What do you want to know?
I love having a good strength score. Any idea how many people are in this game?
Plenty. A dozen, minimum. They don't let us in the main building, so I can't say how many were camped out in there.
Tell me about this deal you
Once
worked out.
a month. Food, ammo, scrap. Murray and me take it up to the mill ourselves. Gave us a password to get in. Blue Danube.
Yep. Okay. No other questions
Then
right
by
now.
all means, eat it. Unless there's something else.
Isn't he just so friendly? Fine, I'm
Bye.
leaving. Wait a minute. Why was the pounding louder when I was in the conversation? That doesn't seem right. Okay, let's see. What's my weight at? Okay, I should be good. Huh. That's actually not a half bad outfit. Okay, let's see. I do like that putting on outfits actually changes you out of your armor.
You're not gonna hurt us, are you? Whoa. Is that a real pit boy?
Nice. Light armor. Okay. Now, if you guys ask me to, I can hop on my other character and show you some, of my other stuff. But, for right now... I look like one of those businessmen who's trying to be hip, but can't. You know what this suit needs? A nice fedora. Wait a minute, is my beard black? Hey. There we go. I do need to change that hairstyle. So let's see. Change appearance. I love that you can do this whenever you want. Okay, face. Hair. Style. Colonial. Ronin. Probably Ronin. Let's see. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. Okay. It's even worse with the glasses. Okay, let's see. I should go that way, I think it's telling me. Nope, that's backwards. What is that? Find the next journal in Sutton. Okay. Now, fun little fact. You can fast travel to any camp for a couple of cats. Jeez. Words, what do? I think that said settler? Yeah, okay. I hate that you have to flag over people in order to see their names like that. Because, again, anytime you're trained in guns, you're told not to do stuff like that. Because if you accidentally pull the trigger, especially since in games like this, your character always has their finger on the trigger. Oh, that's neat. This camp is different in each map. Gather some wood. Interesting. Like, let's see. Oh, wait. It's still weird that you have to mouse over them like that, but... better if I don't have my gun equipped.
It's hard work making a living out here.
You should do what I do and just explore things. Then again, I have the Pip-Boy and a large inventory and... you know, the ability to just press a button and up my strength. Okay. Yeah, never let a robot just roll up on you. Now it's time for danger. But yeah, actually, if you want to see what I'm talking about. See how his finger's on the trigger? In real life, your finger should be on that, oh, I can't highlight it, unfortunately. But, so you do what's called indexing, which is your pointer finger, the one that you use to pull the trigger, is fully extended and resting upon on that piece of solid metal right in front of the trigger. And this way, if you twitch, you don't accidentally fire. Because, you know, you're holding a, 5 to 10 pound piece of metal, not counting the ammo and stuff inside of it. And you're holding it fairly far away from your body, which anybody who does lifting for a job knows you're kind of not supposed to do. For, like, heavy objects and stuff. And that's one of the reasons guns, like, you have the sway in, like, rifles and stuff. Because the tighter to your body, the more control you have over the firearm. That's why if you're hip firing, you rest your elbow, like, right on your hip, and your gun is held close to your body. Because then it fires in the direction you're pointing. And actually, I think... I mean, based on the design of the gun, he's holding it correctly, but his thumbs are actually a little bit low. Ah, there you are. Got him. How am I causing... Darn it. Nice. See, normally, everybody involved would be a lot more careful with their shots. Primarily because the more you miss, the more ammo you expend. And unlike the game, you don't just get more ammo off of corpses and stuff. Okay. Searching for loot. Ah. Just like in real life, taking medication that's expired could actually be poisonous. Take the horse. Take me the cotton candy bits. Uranium fever. Okay, let's see. Ooh. That's my perk kicking off and giving me extra stuff. Wait, is this it? I need to let my fiance know about this. Then again, we're both running into a problem with our other characters. So... hang on. The one thing that I would probably complain about with this game is you need so much materials for crafting, which are, a lot of them are hard to find and get. But on top of that, they gave them all a weight. So, like, my, stash, that has about 1,200 pounds of weight that it can have in it. Well, that's all eaten, or that's primarily eaten up by, man, it is hard to see the ghouls and, or not ghouls, the, scorched when they're walking around. But, so my other character has hit his stash limit. Which means everything that I pick up, because I'm looking for aluminum, like, just aluminum, and I don't really have anything tagged. Oh, Fury, nice. Mad Max, Fury Road. Oh, hi. I don't know what you're talking about. There's nobody here. Because I just erased you from existence. Ooh, 45 rounds. You get some nice guns for the 45 caliber later on. But, yeah, just, Astro. What's that? baseball, don't really need those. Baseballs give you a hide and cork, so like cork board. There. Right in the neck. Oh, I hit something instead. There we go. I hit that middle section instead. I think that's the radiation, guys. So yeah, I'm pretty much stuck, ooh, a fire axe. Trying to get, like walking around slow. Ooh, wonder glue. Nice. Got some adhesive. But yeah, I'm pretty much just walking around, with a bunch of stuff in my inventory, like, with that character, and unfortunately... I think this is just glass. Okay. There's not much I can do about it. Which sucks. And my fiance's getting there as well, but we also, like, can't do a whole lot of building, because we need, what was that? Miscellaneous. No, it's under notes. So, plan, footlocker. Ooh, nice! I probably need that on my other guy. Okay, that's one thing they need to work on. Alright. The other problem is... like, the stuff I put in the footlocker is going to be hot dog tray. Okay. Accessible by anybody who comes into my camp. E. 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 Got the clickety-clacks going. Okay, what the heck?
Hey, get the hell out of... Oh, you're not one of those creeps. Well, you here to rob me? Well, joke's on you. Don't got nothing.
Uh-huh. I could just... Yeah, I don't need to do that. So, I heard you were bragging about being able to run everyone out of West Virginia lumber. How?
Ah, you talked to the well-done guy, huh? Well, yeah, I got a little trick up my sleeve. Could kill them all, if I wanted. But I'm not just giving it away. You gotta get me something.
Yes, I would have 8 strength doing this mission if I wasn't just going through the motions. Okay, and what is it you want?
Island nearby's got a big nest in it. Bring me an egg? I'll give you what I got.
Okay. What am I stealing this egg from?
Something nasty enough that I don't want to do it? Up to you, though.
I should head out.
Mind the locals out there.
Yep. But one thing I'm really liking about this game is the loot is randomized. And not like just the loot in containers, but the loot that you find... like, lying on the ground is randomized. I'm taking that orange napkin. I don't know why. Ooh, can I steal the cauldron? No. Darn. No, I don't want the workshop. Getting the workshops in this game is just a waste of caps. Because, like, half an hour later, somebody else owns it because they got the exact same mission. I hate that sound. Bojangles got lost at the fair. Oh no! Let's go get us Bojangles the moon monkey. Yeah, but like, I don't know if the Foot Locker is going to be the same, or anything, but near as I can tell, one of the big issues with inventory in this game... What? Oh, hi there.
No longer.
Come on.
Us.
Where'd you go? Oh, man. Patience and a good eye. That's all you need. Yeah, I don't need any potatoes right now. But, yeah, so there we go. Okay, collect the egg for Leibowitz, and I don't... See, clearing the enemies is good XP. But the reward for doing that, well, I'll clear the enemies, but I won't claim it, I think. That sounds like a smart idea. Because again, it's not worth it. I spend like 30 caps to claim the thing. To claim the workbench. There we go. Sorry, I had to think of the word. And then you don't get anything for it besides trouble, because now you have to defend it. It's a PvP type thing. Where you're supposed to be, you know, protecting it and keeping other people from claiming it. Which there's no point in doing. Ooh, silver. I don't need silver. Ah ha 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 ha. I love that. And you can't tell me it's a bad thing. Shot through the heart, and you're to blame. Can't finish that song, or I'll get a claim. Saying they're... up there? Yeah, it's saying they're up there. But yeah, I love the fact that in this game, the ammo you use to kill things is also the ammo you use to... Variable caution. What is that sound? Is that the workbench? Yeah, that's the workbench. Okay. They are in here. Somebody was watching the game when the bombs fell. Howdy! Come up to the window. Oh, there's an exit out back. Okay. There is somebody... I'm gonna go down here. Bunsen burner. Ow. Ow. Okay. That's some clean toilet paper. Now, this game is kind of funny, because the storyline they chose for it is basically 2020. in a nutshell. Except, in this game, the vaccine works. I don't want to have to do this to complete the mission. Fine. There. While it is contested. Oh, it's being claimed. See, it's kind of a capture the flag type thing, and it's really stupid that it works that way. Honestly, I'm just gonna collect the reward for it. And then leave. Okay. Build. Don't need to build. Just leave it alone. Okay. Now it's theirs. I don't give a... I don't give no damn. Ooh, that's a super mutant thing. That's one of those acid spitter guys. Ha! Ow. Oh, I need to heal. Need 2 heals because they're using hunting rifles. Is that? Yeah, see, honestly, I should have been doing a lot better than that with this, but... I need to start getting, like, the recon scopes and stuff. Hey, adhesive. Needed that. Okay, scrap items. Scrap all junk. Scrap you. Oh, just... Scrap you. True stub barrel. Okay. Compensator. Ooh. Scrap that. Pipe. Scrap you. Short pipe revolver. Again, best way to reduce, weight and stuff. Collect the egg for Leibowitz. Thing is where there's one super mutant, there's normally 5 or 6. They hunt in packs. That is super loud. Audio, where's ambient effects? Okay, there we go. Okay. Death claws. Oh boy. Where are you? Oh. I don't see Big Mama. Where's Big Mama? Oh, is she... Really not the time to be hungry. Thirsty as well. away, run away, run away. Run away, run away. Because there should be a Deathclaw after me. Okay, that's weird. There was, like, no Deathclaw. Wonder if somebody already killed her. Oh, I got my thing. Oh, what are you trying to I don't care. See, and that's exactly the problem. Like, I spend 25 caps to get that. And then I constantly have to defend it. Otherwise, other people will take it. And other players don't set off your turrets or anything unless they attack your equipment. Which they don't have to do. They just have to go down there and access your equipment. So it's kind of pointless. Unless you completely secure it up where people can't get in and out. But yeah, just... That's this guy.
You find me my egg?
He sent me to an island filled with Deathclaws that didn't spawn in.
Now you understand where I didn't want to go. What? So you got me my egg or not?
I got one here.
Well, hello. That is a beauty. When you're hatched, you're gonna call me Papa. Here, those are my end of the bargain. Make the most of them.
Ah. He just wants to be a dad. What the? $10mm rounds. Oh, he must have been going after Bojangles. Yep. Oh, he blew up that thing. Should only be 2 left. Because there should only be about 2 of the Scorched left. I dealt with most of them. Do I want the toys? I don't really feel like I want the toys. I do want that, though. See, the toys are good things for, like, asbestos and things. And I love that they made it where this game isn't as competitive, because when I get something out of a box like that, the box remains open for him. Where are you? I heard you. You sounded upset. Nothing. Oh, hi. Not us. Now, eventually, those crystals come in handy in the game. But, yeah, so... I hear him shooting the last ones. So, maybe there was 3 left. Oh! Oh, shoot. That's robots. Sounds like the settlers won. Freezers. Super mutants.
Oh, I'm sore all over. Building this place up is hard work.
Cool.
It's just about time to eat.
See, he'll be working on that barrel for the rest of eternity. I kind of feel bad for him. Let's see. Super mutant. If I recall, there was a stash
Gotta
box.
prepare for even more settlers moving in. Oh, I'm sore all over. Oh, building this place up is hard work.
It's hard work making a living out here.
Yep. Especially with super mutant attacks. And I love how super mutants are basically just non-D&D orcs. I don't have... Oh. Okay. But, yep, I go out walking. Now, see, that's the worst part about YouTube and their darn DMCA stuff is... Like, if I actually was to start singing a song, just because I'm bored and trying to fill some airtime... No. I don't wanna. This guy can have it. Or the super mutants can have it, or whatever. I don't care. I did that once to get the reward from it. And usually, it's not worth getting more rewards. You. Who's all here? Is it the... Nice! Now, you might be wondering, why not VATS? 44 pistol. And it's because VATS actually has a, one, a higher miss chance, and two, if you do hit, it does less damage. Oh, he has a... That got him! Now where's the dogs? Come on, dog. Come on, Fido. There you are. Trying to go up this way? Where are they? There you are. Yeah, come on. They spawned a lot of dogs for this guy, which means I don't think I have to worry about too many other people. Come on. There's one over here. Okay. Now that's what a perception does, is you see that little red dot at the bottom of my screen? Oh, shoot. Yeah. Anyways, that little dot at the bottom of my screen is enemies highlighted by... Ah, they killed him. At least it's not like when the cultists were here and there was a stack of bodies. Let's see. Yay, food. Settler. Mongrel dog meat. More dog meat. I do kind of wish that they had the dog meat as a companion. What was that? What the heck? Are there frogs or something? I'm just hearing like a twanging sound. I mean, I know you guys are too. I just don't know what's causing that. It has to be frogs. I think. Weird. That is a weird sound. I mean, you can almost tell that it's frogs, but yeah. Okay, I'm out. Unless... Can't cook there. Can I cook here? Ah, those cold, lifeless eyes. Oh, they were apparently fishing, which is something you can't do in this game, oddly enough. And I don't know why. Oh, I do not like those frog sounds. I mean, I know they're mutated and stuff, but why do they sound like violin twangs? I wish I had a scope. Scope's actually, Oh, alright. And that's why this is called a hunting rifle. Where'd you go? I think they've burrowed. Did you see that? Oh, that one's definitely a female. And that's one of the reasons I wanted a scope. But, cool thing about mammals, which technically, even though these are naked mole rats, they still count. So, the number of nipples equals the number of babies that they're going to have. Times 2. In case they have, like, an abnormal amount. So, for these having, let's see, 4, or, yeah, for these having 8, because technically 2 nipples, or 4 sets, they will have 4 infants. At least by how we understand biology working. I mean, again, this is a game, so they can technically make them have as many as they want. It just so happens that that's how that works in real life. Now, whether or not you want to say, oh, that's God's plan, and it's ingenious and makes it so that the infants don't stress the mother by making her produce too much milk, or whether you want to say that that's a biological evolution that occurs because, you know, that's just the ones that did that survived and were managed to breed more. That's all up to you.
Whoa, whoa. You checked in yet? No one's allowed in without the boss's say-so. Use the...
What is it?
I'm here to talk to your boss.
Oh, yeah? What's the password?
Blue Danube.
Go on through.
Alright.
Don't do anything stupid, okay?
Dude, I've wiped out this camp like twice. I don't think I can do something stupid. Especially since there's no morality system in this game, which is awesome. I can literally... Hey! So there's actual NPCs now! So you can actually do, stuff in it. Ah, no power armor. But yeah, there's the random events missions, and then there's actual, like, you know, going to the Brotherhood and talking to people with, like, that, fighting raiders and stuff. They finally added NPCs. Like they should have from the start.
Those mutant things that were here before, I thought they were tough stuff. Almost kind of sad.
Taking the duct tape. So, yeah, it's actually pretty cool. A lot better than it used to be, honestly. I mean, so I've heard. I didn't get it originally because, well, if you've ever played Star Wars Galaxies, you would know that taking away NPCs is a bad idea. Because your NPCs are who your players interact with to get their missions. Without an NPC, there's no life in your world. And that's the thing, like, look at this. There's people over here playing music. I mean, how cool is that? You wouldn't have had that on the original one. There we go. Darn it. Great. Okay, down a little bit more. Yeah, right? I love that they added the music stuff in it. I know that was part of the original build for it, but I just...
What are you looking at?
Something ugly. Let's see. Hard hat. But yeah, just having where you can interact with the instruments makes it so much more immersive. Because, I mean, how many times in a game have you just walked by something like that and been like, oh, that's a nice looking guitar. Wish I could have played it. And I love that I can actually...
Boss says you're alright. For now.
Thank your boss. He's giving me tons of ammo for killing you guys later. Yeah, and I love the crafting system in it. I wonder if they took my suggestion from when I was beta testing the, well, what was it called? The, oh, my brain doesn't want to work. ESO, Elder Scrolls Online. Because I suggested that they make a smithing system where you make things in parts. And it's kind of like that. My suggestion had where different materials equal the different quality of the weapons. So, like, if you go to a high-level area and get, like, obsidian or something like that, and you put it in your mold to make it like a blade, and then you use, like, normal wood on the handle, whatever stat the handle gives you is of lower quality than the quality that you get from the blade, or whatever. And they kind of did it with this, it's just not quite the same. So, let's see, let's switch over. Do I have a chest piece equipped? No. Oh, yes I do. So, let's break this down. Ah, asbestos lining. I love that, breaking things down gets you blueprints. Like, that's a smart idea. Oh, wait, what did I? Huh. Okay. But yeah, this game really lets you get into, the world. It's really nice. Especially now that you actually have people to talk to. Let's see. Where are you? That's dirty water. Purified should be... down there. Cool. And I need to eat some stuff. Yeah, right? Now, unfortunately, as a streamer, I can't really do that, but I mean, I could spend hours. I have spent hours in this game already, like, customizing stuff and all that. This is a newer character, so I don't have all of the, like, customization stuff for it yet. So let's see. Ooh, a fire axe. Coffee, wine, bubblegum. Yeah. But no, I love their new, the camp system. Like, so, I just got this game. I just got it, over Christmas. And
Don't do anything stupid. We're watching.
I won't do anything stupid, like joining you guys. Ooh. It already has a, nice, and it's the one that I like, too. It's always nice when you find a good gun like that. But I love how no morality system, because they didn't originally design, the game for, NPCs, means that you can basically do this. Like, I just walked into their camp and started stealing everything. Take that, take that.
You see something you like, Gen Pop?
Well, that guy's been to prison before. Oh, wow. Ooh. Stim pack, eyeglasses, metal chest piece. I'll take that. Alrighty.
I'd avoid the river. Unless you like swimming in mutant guts.
Well, maybe I do, maybe I don't. Now, the only bad part is I have... Since I'm streaming, I have to make sure that the radios are on silent. Because, as you know, since I'm a smaller streamer, I have to make sure that, all my videos go to YouTube. Because if they don't go to YouTube, I don't get to archive them past a week. So... yeah, I get to do all kinds of... There's the safe I was looking for. So I can't have, like, any music besides, like, base game music playing. Okay, there we go. Ooh. Oh, over encumbered. There's an easy way to fix that. Where is... Was a chemistry station up here, I think? Yeah. Or is that a brewing station? Brewing. There's the chem station. But yeah. Okay, weapons. Don't need that many, so... Short laser pistol. 74. Automatic laser rifle. That's cool. I didn't know I had an automatic one. Ooh. Automatic or tactical? Honestly, probably automatic, so let's go ahead and scrap that. Stabilized sniper barrel. Nice. Okay, metal chest piece. 20. Oh, but that one's pocketed. Eh. Oh. So, let's see. Should I do strength or intelligence or perception? Let's go with strength. And then pack rat. Yep. Because in this game, you definitely want to be, Oh, hang on. Want that, and you want that. Perfect. Then I want my new gun. Oh. Oh, I can't wear it anyways. So let's see. Automatic laser rifle. Yes. Nice. Now when I go ballistic, I get to do it on auto fire. Test tube, scalpel, iron, and glass. Honestly...
No one's heard from Batter.
Suspect he finally managed to get himself killed. Batter was a long shot anyway. Always figured it'd take someone coloring with a full box of crayons to find us our prize.
I think Batter was the guy I killed last episode. Let's see, take the baseball grenade, an aluminum canister, definitely, well actually, if that respawns, I think I might have a solution for my other game. I'm running really low on aluminum and adhesives for some weird reason. Like, it's gotta be the most rare stuff in the game. Just take that. Okay. Now, I don't really have the stats to talk these guys out of it, but you get more experience for killing them anyways. So...
You the one with the password? Presume someone gave it to you because they thought you could be useful. Name's Roper. Now, explain to me why the hell you're taking up my air.
I want you to leave the wayward alone.
Is that so? And why exactly would I do that?
Let's see. See, this is weird to me. Why would you have any early quest with, like, +8 strength? Like, I'd have to put all of my points into strength, which is stupid when you're first starting out, because if you do that, you're going to be dying from, like, rads and all the other stuff all the time. Because strength only affects how hard you hit and how much you can carry. So, because you'll be dead.
Sure we will, kiddo.
Let's have some fun. This is it for you. Now. You need to try harder.
Ow. Told you you'd be dead. Let's see. Ooh, 10mm pistol. Something to break down. Ooh, right away. I need like a fedora or something like that. Let's see. Okay. Is that a pump action shotgun? I can use it? Wow. In my other game, I didn't get the pump action until I was like level 15. Oh, these guys are gonna die pretty quick. That or... let's see. No, I didn't favorite my auto. Yeah. Yep. Take the fan. Don't need the lead pipe. Ooh, 30mm rounds.
Hey! You ain't allowed here!
Shoot. Keep moving.
We're gonna carry you out of here on a stretcher.
Yeah. Oh, they might actually. Didn't realize my health was getting so low. Yep. Find out what the key unlocks. Oh, that's something else. So, fun little fact. Let's see. Scrap items. Weapons. Don't scrap that one. Scrap that one. Scrap that one. That one. And that one. Nice. Wait, did I remember? There we go. Gotta make sure you always scrap your items. 44 rounds, nice. Okay, I definitely have to come back here on my other playthrough more often. This place has a nice amount of aluminum. Screws. Scroll message. So, what do you normally do in this game, besides sitting on your porch and enjoying the scenery? Okay, put that on C as well. C. That's good. Okay. Just missions? Yeah. I mean, the missions are good and all. I'm trying to get through the storyline on this character. And then I'll probably switch over to my main play character. Because this guy's actually level, like, 31 now. I play with my fiance with him. But, since my fiance doesn't have, like, a microphone or anything like that yet, we tend not to, play when I'm streaming together, just because she can't, like, talk to you guys, which gets a little bit boring for you, because, like, I have to wait on her sometimes. So this is the rear. Actually, I'm hidden. I can just leave. Let's do that. Let's just leave. Ooh, but there's that, too. Public team leader. I can come back here or here and go up there, so yeah, let's just leave. Because that's just like, I could spend a half hour here, like, fighting people, because by the time you get to the back of the camp, and then clear to the front of the camp, the back of the camp has respawned. Which is kind of interesting. Sorry, didn't mean to creep up on you. But yeah. Ooh, last night, my fiance and I fought our first scorched beast. The big bat ones. Man, I wish I had that on camera or on stream, because that was a hard fight. The only reason we won was because I had done, or we had done one of the... I tried a lot to upgrade my base defense weapons. Yeah. Yeah. No, honestly, like, finding a good base is, like, a smart idea. The only problem I have with it is because you can't have, like, multiples of them. You only get the one. At least until you get, like, 12,000 caps, or 12,000 atoms. If you get over encumbered and you want to drop your inventory into your stash, your base goes away, and that nice base that you built for that specific area you now have to build a new one in a different location, or try and go back and get everything exactly right so that everything fits like it did.
You're back. You managed to get those punks out of our hair yet?
I gave them the message. They're not going to be bothering you anymore.
That's good to hear. Though, judging by that look in your eye, I have exactly 0 follow-up questions on the method of your negotiations. But you did good. Shows maybe you could be trusted. Maybe. But there's still the issue of my missing muscle. They went out chasing some unsavory characters. Never came back. They're two of the tougher cookies I've met in my day. So them being gone this long means something happened. You track them down? Maybe I remember a thing or two about this Crane fella.
Sure, I'll find your people.
Music to my ears. Missing person number 1's named Polly. Got a transmitter in her. You could track her with your little radio there. Missing person number 2 goes by Saul. Those two are closer than toes and bad stilettos. So if you find one, the other's likely close by. Find them for me, and I'll pay you for the privilege of getting to yell at them in person.
Alright. But yeah, so... Polly's got a transmitter in her?
Yeah, little something I slipped under her exterior plating in case she got carried off. I did mention she's a combat bot, right? A friendly one. I got her reprogrammed when I bought her, so she's not gonna hurt you. Unless they bashed up her combat inhibitor. Then, all bets are off. I made the same offer to Saul regarding the tracker under his exterior, but he declined. Go figure.
Right. Alright. I'll find out what happened to your people.
Appreciate it. Polly's tracking frequency is 99.7. The once proud home of Appalachia's smooth jazz. I figured someone should get some use out of it. Find out what happened to him. If I need to find new people, I'd like to at least ensure I tried to do right by the old ones.
Yeah. So, if you're looking to up your base defenses, I would actually do... Hang on. This mission up here. Because this gives you, like, a single door that you can put next to your camp. That you have to travel down. And inside that door, it's basically like a vault. It's like a temporary shelter type thing. And you can actually put a bunch of turrets in that entryway. So when people pop in who aren't supposed to be there, they get shot up. The only problem is the turrets don't activate until people attack your stuff. You know, damage it and stuff. And I don't know if it activates if people, like, pick your lock. So, if they don't activate from the lock picking, nothing that person does is going to stop them from getting into your base, because aside from damaging it, you know, what's going to stop them? Or what's going to activate the turrets? So, that's a big thing. But it's also kind of nice that, ooh, I have 0 skill in that. I need to up my perception then. This fan. But yeah, it's at least nice to know that you can get like a single door that leads to an underground bunker, basically. It's just, you know, aside from putting a level 3 lock on that door, there's not much you can do to keep people out. And even then, you'd need a level 3 lock with a bunch of turrets on the inside or on the outside. I'm pretty sure if the turrets won't activate while they're picking it until, you know, if they activate at all for that, because... Now this is cool. I mean, I'm not gonna mess with their stuff. Ah, the tread came off. See, that's an idea for a base right there. What base is that? Oh, the guy didn't put his name on it. Oh, well. Well, vertibirds. That is a lot of Oh, it's because there's a supply drop, it looks like. That's cool. Oh, interesting fact about ships like, or, aircraft like that. So, aircraft like that, the weakest point on them is actually right there where the props are. Because they can shift forward and back like that, it actually means that, you know, they're being held on by the actuators and stuff, which are fairly weak. It's one of the reasons they don't put like jet engines and stuff on them, because if they did, when the aircraft hit full speed, those parts of them would get torn off. Like it would literally rip the electronics and stuff out from the inside. Now, hang on a sec. Hello. What's up? Okay. Alrighty. So let's see. Store all junk. Let's see. Do I have any extra weapons? I need to actually look at that pump action shotgun. See, I don't like that it's just the handle. I like the ones that have the full stock on them.
You also might want to double check your inventory because you're already about 1/3 way.
I know, right? I really wish junk didn't have carry weight, because that's what the big limiting... And I already found a power armor. I'm so happy. It's got the T60 in it, though, which is level 40, so...
This is your 5th one?
Not on this one. This is my first one on this character. It's my 6th one in total, because remember, I gave you one on the other character.
Did you tell him about the beast we fought?
Yes, I told him about the Scorch Beast.
I wanted its head.
There's missiles in the Overseer's cache.
Oh, someone decided, you know what, I don't have a gun to have this.
See, that's nice. Actually, do I have any plans that I don't need? Oh, no, I should actually learn those because I don't have those known. Okay, mods. It's under notes. I am a fool. Okay, hunting rifle and large toolbox. Nice. Now I can build a level appropriate hunting rifle. See? Short hunting rifle. 40 damage. What does my current one do? 45. Okay. Now, one good thing about that, though, is when you start getting your inventory full, like your stash inventory, you can actually, like, build the gun, break it down, and get blueprints that way, and only get back half of the materials you use on it. Meaning, it will constantly lower the amount of, well, the supplies used to create it, giving you freed up space in your inventory. I should put on, or use some rat away. Oh, wait, status. There we go. I need to put, like, a reflex sight on this, though. But, yeah, and then you want the either Lead Belly or Aqua Boy. Probably Lead Belly. Now that I think about it, so you're getting... Okay. Nah, you probably want Aqua Boy and Lead Belly. Just because Aqua Boy allows you to, like, travel through the water without getting rads, and Lead Belly lets you drink the water without getting rads. Hello, Radstag. I'm going the complete opposite way of where I need to go. Oh, that's because it's telling me to defeat those guys. I needed to go this way. But yeah, the problem is that's endurance. And one of the first ones you actually want to get up is strength, followed by endurance, and then...
kind of a magical thing. Nice to meet you, and all that.
Same here. People are... or the NPCs are so nice in this game. Like, in other Fallout games, they're like, oh, screw you, and stuff like that. And in this one, it's just like, oh, nice to meet you.
Anyone who walked the whole length of the country just to get here has earned my attention.
I have my eye on you.
Nothing in the duffel bag. Weird. But yeah, there's little tricks and stuff, but honestly, I'm not entirely sure why somebody would attack a base unless it's to get, like, into boxes that aren't connected to the stash. Because anytime you interact with any of the stash space stuff, it's just, it's going to take you to your own. So, like, if you break into a base and access the My Stash box, it's your stash, not theirs. Or if you activate their workbenches, or even some of the containers. I've actually never seen a container in this game that's not connected to the stash. Which is a problem in and of itself, because that means that 12,000 weight limit is what we have. I mean, I suppose it could just be, like, griefing or trying to get some PvP, but again, even with the PvP, all you get to take is the junk. Which, I mean, I actually like that they did that. Find the next journal. Wait a minute, where's my... She did give me the quest to find her people, right? Oh, doy. Wow, I completely spaced on that. Let's go. I'm still not used to using the Pip-Boy to find quests like that. Hey look, a swarm of bees! Another swarm of bees. Oh, honey. Ooh. Copper deposit. I mean, I could. It is copper, and I could use copper. Like, that's another one of the hard ones to actually run across. The problem is look at how open this is. If you don't hide the drill inside of an actual, like, structure, people are gonna have a very easy time of getting the materials out of it. Still, it is copper. It's also on an incline, which... Hang on. Freaking bees. It's also not near a source of water, so... probably not. Where am I going? Oh, silt beans. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, as far as the camp bases go, like I said, I don't understand the draw of like breaking into them, just because I don't really see what all you'd get from it besides the materials, which are plentiful everywhere. So, I mean, do you know why people do that? Like, break into people's bases? Okay, search the area for clues about Duchess's guards. There's supposed to be... There we go. Foreman notation, boss, this hall is miserable, usable, or slipped below the break-even point, or dried up. Maybe it's time to reach out to the Hornwrights, see if some of their machines could kickstart things. No? Yeah, see, that's... Take that. That's the thing, like, you don't get anything for attacking bases, so why do it? Because, I mean, I could literally put all of my stations outside of my base to give people access to, like, cooking, armor repair, you know, heck, I could give them free water and stuff. It's like, there's no real reason to be attacking people's bases in this game. Which I actually prefer. Because I don't have to worry about somebody, like, destroying my base while I'm offline. Evil Firefly. And stuff like that, so... It's why I would rather play this than a game like Rust or Ark on multiplayer. I hear a Scorched. Where are you? Oh, there he is. Moving around. There you are. And then there's the bullet phase. That should... 3 shots! And 2 of them should have been on point. At least they give you back your ammo. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I can't think of any good reason for somebody to attack my base in this game. Aside from just being, you know... I hear you. I think it's on the other side. I really need a scope on this gun. Okay. I wonder if... Sometimes if you're lucky, these train cars have power armor inside of them. Or vegetable starch, that's a good one too. I'm not seeing anything. Well, this guy's already dead. How did he... I didn't shoot him.
Not us.
Okay. Oh, he's upstairs.
Us.
Up. He's dead. Ah, jeez. Ah. You're gonna be like this, aren't you? Just wandering around up there, not coming down. Nice. Okay. Huh. I did nothing and completed an event. There you are. Come here, you. Okay. Thank you. Ribeye steak, Cajun rice and beans. Ooh. Something I couldn't eat in real life. Because I am allergic to beans. Yeah, I figured that one out, right? 10mm pistol. Muzzle brake. Ooh. Pipe revolver. Stabilized full stock. Nice. Okay, let's see what I can craft. Let's see what I can modify. Okay. Can I get you, let's see. Standard receiver, long barrel, sights. I don't have a scope for this yet. Pump action shotgun, what can I do for you? Standard sights, standard grip. Better barrel. And no muzzle brake, okay. Let's see, tactical pistol. I need Gunsmith 2 to make these. Fear range. So you want the compensator, because that's just reduced. Okay. What can I do for you? Ooh. Standard automatic barrel. Short barrel, stabilized stock, standard grip. Ooh. What do I need for you? Fiber optics and nuclear material. Let's go ahead and tag that for search. Alrighty. Ooh, box. Ooh, a pump action shotgun. I should go up there and see what I can get out of that. Yeah. No, so far, it's actually been almost nothing but praise from me for this game. There's a few things that I think they could improve upon, but overall, it's a pretty decent game. I really like that they, I really like a lot of the mechanics. They've been improved upon a lot with the missions by, you know, giving us missions. And overall, I just, like I said, I have a lot of praises for it. I think the devs did really good listening to their fans and actually improving upon the things that people found wrong with it. And that's not something you can say about every game out there. Oh, I'm still at 0, because... maybe my next one should be that. And I also think they did really well making it where, the PvP stuff is optional. Like, truly and freely optional. I think I've only been killed once by another player. And they were using explosive rounds, which is what killed me. Brass miner's lamp. Take the soap. Don't care about the cigs. Economy Wonder Glue. Nice. That Wonder Glue stuff is like 7 adhesive. That's pretty decent. Okay, I came from in there. Don't forget to eat. You gain positive effects by eating. I am loving this weapon. Ugh. One thing they could do is fix that glare issue, though. Okay, apparently... Why am I not gaining a whole lot from the food? Hello. Don't interrupt a man while he's eating. Okay, that should be good. Oh, hello. What the? Okay. Which one did I kill? You. Plasma cartridges. Interesting. Find out what the key unlocks. Okay, that's something else. Is that the only guy? Nope. Here. Short hunting rifle. Maybe I can get a scope off of that one. Pipe revolver. Haha! I'm getting really good at leading my targets in this game. Which, for somebody as nearsighted as I am, pretty impressive. Hi. Come on, come after me.
Kill all.
Okay, that should have hit the hip. A Bowie knife, huh? Scorched. Short hunting rifle. I'm encumbered. Darn it. I'll head back to the beginning to break stuff apart.
Okay, gang, the boss wanted me to leave you some instructions, since you apparently can't run this mine without me holding your hands.
Ooh, Molotovs.
We're gonna light this place up today. The holes are drilled, so just get the dynamite packed in and wired up. Make sure everyone's a safe distance this time. Tommy, you do not touch the plungers. Got it? You're the reason we're down 2 guys this month. Carl, you're in charge. Don't fuck this up.
Well, sounds like Tommy is not somebody you want with explosives. Okay, I saw you walk by. Come on back. There we go. Wait, what? Could have sworn by now I would have lost that. Are people just helping me not lose that, thing? Oh, I heard you. I mean, I appreciate it, I guess. I just don't really know why I would want it. Unrefined coal added. So do you even bother with the, get the, whatchamacallits? Pump action, tin can. Oh, darn, my brain is... Get the workbench missions.
Hey! Over here! Don't shoot! I'm people.
Hey. Make me stand up to talk to him.
Hey. Tell me you got a stim pack. I'm hurting here.
Sure, I've got a stim pack.
Oh, thank God. Thank you. Good to know there's still some heart out there. So, you the cavalry then? Duchess send you to save our tails?
If you're soul, then yes.
Much as I appreciate it, I'm not the one who needs helping right now. See, these, scorched things have been harrying the bar. Me and my bot sis Polly got the bright idea to track down their nest and clear them out. but a couple of them got the drop on us before Polly chased them off deeper into the mine. I heard some fighting, but then nothing. I think she's hurt. Look, you've got to find Polly. I can't be the reason she... Look, just find her. Please.
Let's see. Polly's your bot sister? What's that mean?
It's... Look, when you get Polly back, I'll walk you through every little detail of how I became best friends with the machine. But first, I need you to save her. You think you can do that for me?
Don't worry, I'll find your friend.
Thank you, thank you. Once you've got her, just bring her back to the Wayward. I'll be there. And tell her I'm sorry I couldn't be the one to save her.
Yep. Nice, pump action shotgun. Ow, what the? How? So many of them have not seen me, like, at all. And I was still considered hidden.
Not of us.
Yeah, I know. Not one of you, not one of you. These things have, like, impeccable aim for, like, half the time not being able to see. Ow. Let's see. Up, I hear you. Where are you? Ah, I'll wait till they start shooting me. Or shooting at me. Danger! Short hunting rifle. Is that a fusion cell? Nice. Got him. Ooh, nice. Scrap items. 10mm. Scrap all junk. And somehow I'm still super over encumbered. Weapons. Ah, there we go. Scrap the machete. Scrap the Bowie knife. Scrap the hunting rifles. Scrap that. Okay. Ooh, a reliable stock. Nice. Now it's time to... Okay, switch over to modify. This is a... Okay, yeah. Wrong kind of workbench. Let's see. Hunting rifle, yeah. Now, this is actually the fun part of this mission. Using the single, like, after every shot having to do, reload and stuff. Really heightens the suspense.
Hey! Hey! Someone there? I could use a lift. You are a sight for sore eye. So, those things didn't get you, huh? You happen to see a young man on your way through? Early 20s, rough around the edges, carrying about a bullet's worth of extra lead in him?
Sure did. He's hobbling his way to safety as we speak.
He's alive? Thank God. That's good to hear. So, what do you say you and I help each other out? You get me back to the Wayward, and I'll help you bake to a crisp anything that bothers us on our way out the door.
Alright, you got a deal.
That's the ticket. Now, let's...
Okay, fine,
You
Polly,
hear that?
wipe out the scorch.
Sounds like those things have regrouped. How about we make them regret it?
Yep.
Come on, darling. Let's make sure these things never bother the Wayward again.
Ah, a shot to the left.
Extra crispy now.
Let's see. Didn't need that to happen. Ah, man, it went right under his arm. I hate it when that happens.
So fierce, so flammable.
Alright. Got a few more left. There you are. Come on. Gotta wait for them to get up. There you are. Alrighty. Syringer ammo. Don't want to pick up too much stuff, because, 10mm. Hunting rifle. 45. Shotgun shells. Do you want that pump action? Fusion cells. Darn it. You know what? If that's gonna be the case, I'll just do this. Because what I can do is I can take it back to that other workbench and break them down before I leave. Let's see. There was a couple in here, wasn't there? Yeah. Wonder why I'm getting, like, plasma cartridges and stuff. I think I'm too low of a level to be getting, plasma weapons. Okay. Don't think there's gonna be too much here. Ooh. Forest treasure map, number 8. So, next to the trains, next to the river. Ah, okay. Oh, I want to go this way first. Break some stuff down. Yeah, if you ever notice that you're, like, just barely over encumbered, just break everything down to its base components, and that usually drops about, I'm gonna say 5 or 6 pounds. Unless they're weapons, in which case it drops them even more. And at the same time, it gets you the blueprints. Let's actually actually go over to weapons. And scrap all junk. Okay, pickaxe. Pipe pistol. Pipe revolver. Pitchfork. Short hunting rifle. Short laser pistol. Pump action shotgun. Oh, nice. I think I got the long scope for the marksman. And break down the multi-purpose axe. Okay. And now I can fast travel. I love. Gonna hop on Genshin?
You
Alrighty.
don't spend too much of your coin, Linda. I use new fast travel portion.
Yep. Let's see. What's my atoms looking at? 140 atoms. Not bad. Oh, and see, that's actually one of the good things about having multi-characters, too. Like, I've unlocked stuff on my other character that, using the atoms that he's earned, getting to level, like, 30, that I can use on this character. Because I got, like, the ammo converter and stuff like that.
I got a full-fledged outfit, and I don't know if I can unlock.
Yep. Well, it's,
Damn. Ammo finally corroded. Wet cave really did a number on it. I'm not going to be much help now.
He didn't tell me I'd run out of ammo. Oh well. Short pump action. Away! Yep. Okay, don't do that.
Oh, look how happy he is.
Fast travel 1 cap. Oh yeah, Coco loves it when you pet her on top of my computer. Oh yeah, I have a cat that likes to sleep on top of my computer. Because she just will sit there and watch me game and stuff. Hi, little girl.
And just a word of warning, do not leave the safe area unless you're level 15.
Alright.
It's a trap.
Ooh, I can modify my guns after this. I also need to heal. That's like the one thing that I always forget to do in this game is keep my health up.
Tell me about it. I had to revive him 3 times.
But I'm also normally rushing in with a shotgun, so...
Back at long last. But where's our girl?
Did you find Polly?
Give those degenerates hell.
Yep.
All right. Half the gang reunited. Just have to find our gal, and we'll be all set.
Oh, wait, I'm supposed to... Again, it's weird that they have you do stuff like that.
Polly?
Whoa. You're not looking so great, darling.
Duchess, I'm not feeling great.
Friend, why don't you sit her down? Jug should do the trick.
I love this part. I love that they actually had her look left and right before saying, the jug should be fine.
That's not gonna do it all.
Oh, Polly. This is all my fault.
Solomon, no. Don't you dare. This is not... Duchess? Tell me you emptied this out.
Did I? You know, I'm 80%.
Duchess?
It's all right. I can fix this. There's a robotics shop over in Somersville that... Oh. Oh, whoa.
Solomon, you're going nowhere. Look, I'm sorry to even ask, but is there any chance you might be able to help us out here? I can make it worth your while. Find Polly this new body. I'll tell you everything I know about Crane and his treasure.
Please say yes.
Wow. Look at how cute Coco looks. Okay. Sure, I'll track one down.
You are a lifesaver. Here, take this. It's a signal beacon. You just plant that on Polly's new frame, and we'll handle it from there.
And here, you'll need this to get into the place. Just leave it unlocked so we can come and get the body later. And make sure it's pristine. No damage, no reprogramming. Factory defaults only. I don't want anything going wrong in the transfer.
Yep, roger
and
that.
At the risk of sounding like a broken record, thank you. We'll all owe you big after this.
Yeah. Alright. Trade with me. Let's see what she's got. Mostly... Oddly enough, I'm more interested in notes, like the, Wow. Not a whole lot. Weapons. No weapons, no armor. Chick, you don't got nothing good on you. Okay, leather right leg. Okay. Metal chest piece. 20, that's really good. Even if it does reduce my carry weight rate. I don't care about the dirt track. See, that's one of the reasons I didn't want the workbench. I just wanted the experience. And maybe like a legendary weapon for completing a mission. Hi, Coco. Did I disturb your sleep? You can go back. Good night. Who's my happy girl? Okay, let's go modify some weapons. Alright. Alrighty, so let's do short pump action. Barrel. True medium barrel. I mean, standard grip. Reliable stock. Gunsmith rank 3. Apparently, I need to start upping my intelligence. Okay, maybe something for you? Standard grip, standard magazine. Oh wait, maybe you. Nope, still cheese.
Subroutine. Silent night. Failed to launch. Likely cause. Total collapse of society. Ho, ho, ho.
Interesting.
Happy holidays.
Ooh. Oh, is that the new power armor? Yeah. Hey, nice power armor. And off I go. Let's see, I need to go... Okay. Not too bad. See, that by the end of the week, that's the armor I want to get is the, let's see, it is called... Scoreboard, right? Ooh. Oh. Nice. So it's what you get when you complete this. See? That was super loud, though. I'm gonna turn down my headset. I hope it wasn't too loud for you guys. Or for you. But yeah, just... ugh, loud. See, I have everything else turned down a little bit so that I'm not, like, blasting out my eardrums. But, not everything works like that, unfortunately. Off to Sutton. And then to whatever. Somerton or something like that. But, yeah. Wild mutt fruit. I used to call it mute fruit, but then I realized that it doesn't have an E, making it mutt, not mute. Hi! Rad rat. That I still need to upgrade my skill in that. Okay, I guess my next skill point should go into perception. I need the whatchamacallit, lockpicking skill. Let's see. Down below? Probably down below. Pre-war money! Yay! Okay, I don't really have anything to craft here because, well, I don't need to craft anything. I have 200 bullets. But, ugh. That just made me think of how many shots. So, when we fought the Scorched Beast...
Hi, Mom.
Rat
Hi,
Poker
Dad.
board game.
I'm home. I'm sorry
Ooh.
it's been so long, but I
Grognak
couldn't
comic.
get away. I know neither of you is around to hear this, but I miss you. I miss watching Dad grade papers on the living room table. I miss the three of us huddled around the radio, listening to the Silver Shroud. Dad, you were right about what living underground would really be like. 25 years locked in with the same people was a challenge. But watching them pair up, get married, have children...
Nice.
Well, I think I got to know a little bit of what you and Mom were always telling me. Well, since I'm doing this whole trip down memory lane, maybe a walk over to the old high school is in order.
Okay. Let's see. Down there, transmitter. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and discover this building because I really should. Yep. Hey, I leveled up again. Level 11. Oh. Yeah, I'd like to open my perk pack. Let's see. Scrounger. Ooh. Traveling pharmacy. Nice. Okay, worst helicopter pilot ever. Got cold, so he turned off the fan. I mean... Let's see. I said I was doing 1 and 2 perception to try and get lockpicking. Okay. There we go, lockpicking. Right off the bat. And then I need to start upping my intelligence because I need the crafting stuff. So. Yep. Tier 1 guns. That was perfect. So, unused. Let's do you. Gunsmith. And Butcher's Bounty. Get lockpicking in there. Perfect. I find it interesting that they make you waste like 3 different perks like that to get just the one. Okay, let's see. I need the gun building number 2, so that's fine. I just wanted to get this unlocked. Okay, time to go get the... Ooh, 308 rounds. Now it's time to go... that way. I think it's this way, actually. Yeah, cool. She built a nuclear reactor for her home. I just realized that. That... Ooh. I should visit the train station, too. Oh yeah, Ken, you want to know a good place to pick up power armor? Because I've seen it happen twice now where this power armor has spawned in this location. So apparently, the train station that is around here, this one here, always has a power armor that spawns when you first go there. It's part of the cache mission, I believe. And I don't mean cash as in money, but cash as in, you know, a cache of supplies. Or cache, depending on how you want to say it.
Had a hard day of killing and looting. Don't want to haul it back yourself? Sell it here.
Yep. Let's see. I want to check out your notes. So, plan 44 revolver. Close. Plan cooler. Garage door.
Up. Up. Just kidding. Want to buy or sell?
Warehouse building set. So here's the thing, if you have a warehouse and you use the garage door, I wonder if has more health.
Stock up here before your next kill.
Yeah. Well. Ooh, 10mm submachine gun. I actually got that plan on my other character. And a 44 revolver would be a good one too, but for now, guess just transfer all the junk and head out. Ooh, do I have any legendaries I can... No, not yet. I hate those things. I really do. Where was I going? Not that way. That way. Let's see. Yeah, I'll break across this way, I think. But yeah, Norrington Airport, I believe, always spawns a... I think I've gotten a T50 or 45 and a T51. Let's see. Yep, just need water. Oh, I should, let's do it. Now, the bad part is you gotta be careful not to, attract, super mutants and stuff. Let's see, 1053. Cool. So let's see, I've been streaming for 2 hours, 20 minutes? That's not that bad. I heard that. Let's see. I don't think I've explored this before. Cautioned. Oh. Just a feral ghoul in there. Rad-X, bag of fertilizer, you and you. Oh, I shot off his arm. Dang. It's always sad seeing, like, all the people who died and trying to figure out what happened, because there's a lot of, like, random stuff that you find. Like, well, like that, where there was, like, a teddy bear, a rattle and stuff, so was there, like, a mother in there with her child just scared? Only to have, like, the father turn into a or a mutant, or, you know, just the questions that arise. The questions that you probably don't really want answered when you think about it. Wild mongrels. I think I'm too far away. Nice. And this is the way, or this is the reason why I do what I do. Look at that. No combat, just dead, 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 dead. I love it.
Sonny makes a good hoagie.
Okay. Just hearing that voice ring out from my right or left ear kind of scared me. Because you're not expecting to hear anybody talk when you're walking through these areas. Unless it's like the raiders and stuff. Especially after seeing all those dogs, it's like, dude. Find jukeboxes to bring the music back to Summersville. Wow. Okay. At least he knew. Jeez.
I never get to have any fun.
Spike baseball bat. Yeah, if that's your only weapon, you are screwed. There should be a guy back here, right? What's this? Is that a settler?
I can feel it. Something's close.
I can feel it. That guy deserves to die. Darn it, he walks away.
It hurts! My arm!
I hate how when the computer decides that you miss, they literally just moonwalk away. Ooh, an automatic rifle. I am over encumbered. Let's cook some stuff to reduce its weight in my inventory. All food. Brain fungus soup. Mole rat chunks. Mutt chops. I could actually make a lot more of those. Rad rat meat. Let's see. Yep, that did the trick. Ooh. Take the hat. Take the other hat. Yes. All your hats belong to me. Oh! That wasn't there before. Fisherman's outfit. Go ahead and take that. A right hand. Do you need a hand? Why is that bag empty? That bag's never been emptied before. Oh, wow. Why are there suddenly traps here? There weren't traps when I played my other character. Oh no, they're getting wise to me. Hi. Alrighty. Magnifying glass. Unfortunately, I do need this guy's help. Ooh, I'll take the Mr. Handy model, though. See, that is a pretty color for, the Assaultron. She looks good colored like that. Okay.
I heard some screaming outside the window. Do the ghosts rule the outside world as well now? Oh. Well now, what do we have here? Are you another ghost? I cannot bring you the peace you require, Spirit. Leave me be.
I'm a customer, not a ghost.
Must we, Spirit? So be it. Welcome to Duncan & Duncan's, Appalachia's premier robotics dealer. I am Skinner. How may I help you, alleged member of the living?
I need a pristine Assaultron body. Is that something you carry here? The spirit requires a host, an Assaultron body. Let's do this one.
I knew it. Well, Spirit, Unfortunately, assaultrons are military-grade hardware. As such, all of our machines have already been spoken for. Outstanding deal with the United States military, just waiting for pickup. You understand.
Okay, let's see. How dare you? I am the ghost of Duncan himself. You will give me this robot.
You're a Duncan? I perhaps see some distant resemblance, Spirit. But Mr. Duncan, why, they'd tan my hide if I gave away an Assaultron. Here, you may take the Protectron. You can find it in the adjacent room. It was slated for one of the lesser clans in the region, the Garahans, or some such. Mr. Duncan, I'm sure, would be thrilled to keep it in the family.
You're going to give me that body or else.
And you'll do what exactly? Kill me? Release at long last? As welcome a change as that may be, I really should decline. But here, it's been so long since anyone's given even a thought to what I may want. You'll find it upstairs.
This poor suicidal robot. Okay, I've got to go.
By all means.
Military grade
Spirit,
circuit.
are we to be your new haunt? Delightful.
Okay. Yay!
Excuse me. Entrance into the showroom is for customers only.
Yeah. Dirty water. Excuse me. Wait, if it's for customers only, why wouldn't you have this open? Okay, that's too far. That moment when it's just... Oh, security's been turned off. I'll take that. Wait, he gave me the key card to get in here and then complains... Stim pack. Protectron model! Yay! That moment you have the key, but you want to break in for the XP. Ooh, military cap. Why, that's a feather duster. Okay, they put invisible walls in some of the weirdest spots.
If I encounter any damage in those showrooms, you should expect a bill.
You're okay. Ooh, I'll take that. Okay, the security is still on for this. Break down, break down. Do I really need to do that? Ooh, biometric scanner. That has something I need in it. Sentry bot. Wait, ornamental vase. Read between the lines, James. Let's see. I changed the code to the Assaultron showroom, James 8. You have to make yourself some other way 8. I've already given you the code 8. You don't need me 8, but as... Oh, it's just 8. I mean, that helps. Ooh, duct tape. Oh, wait. What's this? Dang it! I didn't need his help at all. Military grade circuit. Some packs. Mega sloth pelt. 3 lock picking. I wonder what's behind that door. Assaultron Invader. Assaultron Invader. Pristine Assaultron body. Attach. Nice. That is huge. Where is... So here you can actually learn a little bit about, what's wrong with the Mr. Handy and stuff. Because he is... cuckoo cachoo. But it's not actually his fault, his,
Oh, you've truly done it this time, Jonathan. This numeric obsession of yours will be our ruin. You've reminded me multiple times it's the only house in the city with that number. But leveraging our only... You what? Oh, don't be a... Fine. Skinner!
Yes, Mr. Duncan.
My brother refuses to continue our discussion without his evening tea. Because he is a petulant child. Do fetch him some so we can be done with this.
Mr. Duncan, I hardly mean to be rude, but where exactly would you like me to bring this tea?
To my brother, you imbecile!
Your brother? At the cemetery?
What on earth are you talking about? Go downstairs, make his tea, and bring it to the desk directly in front of you where he is seated!
Sir, there's no one there.
Well, you don't see him?
No, sir.
Well, that simply won't do. Skinner, fetch my toolkit. You're clearly malfunctioning.
Very well, sir.
And ever since then, he's been plagued by ghosts. Okay, I've given a strong dressing down to the men involved in the altercation. I'm terribly sorry about them attempting to serve you the summons meant for your twin, and duly hope that you can understand the mix-up. Unfortunately, the other Mr. Duncan continues to elude us. Are you sure he's not residing at a different address? Can you at least confirm I have this correct? 888 Watchkey Street. It also seems he's been avoiding your mutual place of business since the lockout occurred. Though the men I've had stationed in the neighborhood are having some trouble differentiating you two, as you've well seen, is there any chance you might be willing to don a small item by which they can differentiate you two? A lapel pin or a rose on your jacket pocket. We at Gramercy and Ulster appreciate your patience in this matter. It is our sincere hope that have your brother found and access restored to your showroom in no time. Sincerely, William Ryan Gramercy, Esquire. So, he went completely bonkers once his brother died. Good to know. He even reprogrammed his Mr. Handy to see his brother even though his brother isn't there. That is interesting. Ooh, moonshine. Nice. Okay, bobby pin. Now, how did I... There was something I picked up here that gave me a blueprint for a robotic helmet that's like a not Protectron, but the other one, the Sentry Bot helmet. And yet I can't seem to find it. It was like a Sentry Bot circuit or something like that. Weird. I booped a foot. Play with the foot. The foot has been played with. The cat is still asleep though. Oh, somebody's been through here killing these guys. Well, that's all fine and dandy. Oh, that's actually interesting. Nice. I don't care about that. It's not even my thing. So, interestingly enough, you know how these guys are called the Blood Eagles? Well, Blood Eagle is an ancient Nordic type of torture. And the symbol is actually fairly appropriate, because what they would do is they'd flay open your back and pull your lungs out through your back. So the Blood Eagle was your lungs inflating and stuff behind your rib cage and exposed out the back, which is what this symbol is representing. And yeah, I know that's like a disgusting fact and stuff like that, but the fact that they actually went through and did that for the symbol of the Blood Eagles, I find actually quite fascinating, because a lot of companies wouldn't do that. Like, that's one of the reasons I like Bethesda games, is they actually do a lot of research when they make stuff like that. Okay, let's see. Can I put a camp down here? Nice. Okay, so E to build. I actually want a crafting station. Oh, maybe I have one stored, actually. I do. Let's do you and you. Okay, so scrap items. Weapons. Automatic laser rifle. Aligned long barrel. Golf club. Golf club. Hunting rifle. Bruising stock. Okay. And then transfer. Oh, let's also scrap all the junk I have. And T. Cool. That's all I needed you for. Okay. Let's go ahead and fast travel to go and complete this mission. here's actually a good question. Can I just abandon this mission? No. I don't care. Kit Danger can have that. Again, I don't need the, one of those workbenches. They're almost pointless.
Hey, you got one. Signal's coming through loud and clear.
Yep.
You know, I don't throw the word hero around a lot. Come over here and let's discuss, huh?
Okay. Your body is a jug of moonshine. You'll take what I got you. I think you're gonna be very pleased.
Now that's what I like to hear. Seriously, thank you for sticking your neck out for me.
It's true. You've worked real hard putting things right for us. None of us are going to forget what you've done. But that really just leaves one last topic for us to discuss. Doesn't it? Crane, you ready to listen? I'm just warning you, I can't guarantee you're going to be happy with what I'm about to say.
Alright. I'm ready.
All right then. Follow me.
I will. I just want to know...
I've known where Crane is. I know where his treasure is. But, well, there's a problem.
Hang on one sec.
Crane's treasure is... you get to rearrange the stock room.
Jeez. Okay. Want to know how he got an Assaultron girlfriend.
Honey, you awake? You want to give him a little nudge?
Man, that looks so painful. Like, super painful.
Boy is key. Boy is key.
That's all he says anymore. Boy is key. Over and over.
As somebody who has a Pip-Boy, I understand what he's talking about.
Jesus, Duchess. That thing's been up here the whole time?
That thing is Crane, Solomon. And what exactly would you have liked me to do with him?
Put it out of its misery. Those things are killers, Duchess. Paulie and I have the scars to prove it.
To be fair, Polly's going to look quite nice.
I don't recall yielding the floor to debate here. You agree with me, don't you?
I'm not sure. Is there a way you can be cured? I do. There's still a person in there. Let's do that one. I did the other one the first time.
Exactly.
Okay, fine. But that person is fucking dangerous. And those things, they nearly killed Paulie and I once. I can't let that happen to the rest of you. I promise. I'll do it with dignity. But I'm killing this thing if no one else is going to.
Solomon, I wasn't even thinking of... You're right. Do it.
Thank you, Duchess. I'll make it quick. Unless...
I can do it.
You want to take care of it?
I'll do it.
Okay.
My gun's stronger than yours anyways.
You two mind if we just take a moment?
Of course not, Duchess.
Yep.
According to that map, the treasure is in some kind of special cache tucked away inside Gawley Mine, sealed away behind a keycard locked door.
Golly mine. That's where Paulie and I tracked the Scorched.
Son of a... Did Crane lure those damn things here when he found the cache?
Suppose we don't need to feel so bad anymore.
Solomon, too damn soon.
Sorry.
Now, this cache. I tried to check it out myself, but I didn't get real far. You're already intimately acquainted with Golly, so I suspect you've got the best shot at actually laying hands on whatever's in there. So, here are my terms. I will let you keep said map and access card. No strings attached. As payment for everything you've done for us. But I need your word you'll come back. And buy a drink every now and then.
You got a deal, Duchess.
Good. Now, there anything else you want to discuss before heading out?
Nope. Yeah, no, I think I'm good. Wish me luck.
Good luck.
Let's see. What legendary weapon do I want to get? I think Ken left. Oh well. Oh well. Excuse me. Let's see, 11:25. So I'll do this and then I'll head back. Alrighty. Gully Mine, fast travel. Pay wing caps to travel to this location. Gotcha. Okay, so if I can tell 2, and then that 2, 2, 4. Yeah, that should work. Alrighty. Cause I got heartache by the number. Why is all of that irradiated? Doesn't make sense. I need to get a new photo of that. Just came bounding over the freaking lamp like that. Cause I got heartache by the number. But yes. Behold the power. Ooh, brain fungus. What the heck? A little bit of lag there. Okay. 071990. Alright. Activate the ID card. And enter the cache. Okay. Help your team leader. Join in your team leader's story in a system indie adventure. Play together to kill creatures, overcome obstacles, and progress the team quests. Listen in on team leaders' conversations, some actions. Picking up can only be completed by the team leader. If you are viewing the world through your team leader's eyes, some story elements may be different while in this interior. Don't know why that popped up again, but, you know. I poke at the foot. Haha! Kill Twitch. Okay, let's see. Nice. You know what? I'm gonna be over encumbered by the time I leave anyways, so. Gotcha. Freaking ants. Okay, let's see. Where is... I just saw something. I know there's mole rats in here. There we go. Jeez, that is a fresh corpse. I wonder why. Hit the button. Fan. I think telephones have circuits in them, which is good. Okay. Alrighty, so here's how you do this real easy. So, let's see. There's stool, slate, shady, about, and skill. And siege, and exits, and grass. So, let's first put skill. Likeness 1. Could be... No, because those don't line up at all. Might be joins if it's I. Or S if it's slate. Or shady. So, joins. 0. Okay, so it was the S, so it's either slate or shady. Slate. 2 likenesses. So... shady. It's definitely shady, but I don't want to risk getting locked out. So, dud removed. Dud removed. Let's see. Dud removed. Oh, where's the next one? It only times you out. There we go. Register Pip-Boy.
Pip-Boy detected. Registration complete. Countermeasures disabled. You may now present Pip-Boy at access point.
Alright. So, in case you're wondering how I did that easily, it is simply coffee cup and cache control room key, which I believe is this, but who knows. Essentially, What you want to do is you want to look at whichever ones have the same letters the most. So, you know, I or S, and then when you...
Valid Pip-Boy detected. Access granted. Welcome, prospective Robco customer.
Okay, there we go. So anyways, after you figure out which ones have the most in common, it's as simple as, oh, shoot, ants. Why ants? But, it becomes as simple as figuring out which ones are, the most recurring. Okay. Footlocker is empty. If I recall, there's actually not too much good loot in here. You want to grab the glowing meats because you can reduce those for, like, the nuclear materials. Okay. So. Dispenser. Let's start at the back. Let's see. One-handed melee weapon. Two-handed melee weapon. Unarmed. Pistol. Rifle. Shotgun. Energy weapon. I haven't seen what you get with the energy weapon. Let's see. Laser added. Furious short laser pistol. Damage increases after each consecutive shot. I mean, not too bad. Let's see. Furious short laser pistol. That isn't actually that bad. Oops. Is there a Pip-Boy or... Actually, that could be really powerful later on because the other, like the rifle that you get, does extra damage against armor. But that kind of goes out the window as it... There you are. As you level up more because suddenly you're not fighting against armor, you're fighting against health. Or you're not just fighting against armor, but you're fighting against health and stuff as well. Ooh. Snubnose, 10 auto. Add weapons here. I mean, they didn't really get enough, but... Aluminum canister. Might have to come back here then. Is that an aluminum can? Nice. Desk fan. Pens. There we go. Ooh, Grognak the Barbarian number 9. Layer of the something or other. Nice. But yeah, anyways, I mean, if your damage increases the more you hit something with the Furious, then it's going to jump up by whatever percentile you do, or it does. So like when I'm fighting like a super mutant behemoth and stuff, it's actually going to be effective against them instead of like, oh yeah, you're penetrating like the armor, but you're still only doing like 20 points of damage against something that has 5,000 health. So, yeah. Again, I'd prefer damage over armor penetration, because... I mean, honestly, a lot of the times, these things don't have too much armor anyways. They have damage threshold, which... that can be... Woof. Okay. I'm gonna head back to Wayward, complete this mission, and then probably log off, because it's gonna be about 12 o'clock. That's about 3 hours worth of game. I'm over encumbered and cannot fast travel. Right. No way. Did somebody get an airdrop? Yep, somebody got an airdrop. It's unlocked, though. Wait, did they not want it? Well... There. I don't really need just... Yeah. I'll leave it for them. I know, so nice, right? But, I mean, it's not like I actually needed all that stuff, so... Hello. Ooh, fusion cells. Nice. Okay, so... a little bit hidden. I don't like how that just goes up like that. Firecracker bear. Huh. Right as I'm about to get off, somebody else jumps on. Okay. In that case, ooh, we should probably... I wonder if I can raid yet. Let's go ahead and do this one. Do that one. And then box. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and wait, scrap all our junk and then store all of the junk. That sounds so weird. Let's see, what can I scrap? 10 auto. Snubnose 44. Yeah, that should be fine. And R to scrap items. I said R to scrap items, not E. Scrap all. There we go. And then transfer all that in there. Alrighty. And I am going to call that good. Let's quit to main menu. So, like I said, I'm gonna call that good. I'll be back on Tuesday to, you know, finish up and all that. Or not finish up. I'll be back on Tuesday playing, XCOM 2. And then I'll probably play this game again or Star Trek Online on Thursday because I'm not going back to New Vegas. New Vegas kind of, hang on, let me go ahead and turn down the music. Menu music. Okay. I kind of got burned on New Vegas because there's one area I can go to that has music playing because it's the, whatchamacallit. It's the strip. And without, like, turning off all the sound in the game while I'm there, it's going to play copyrighted music. I already had to replace it in one video, and I can't afford to get multiple copyright strikes back to back like that, so I'm gonna call that a no-go anymore for it, because, well, like I said, I can't do that anymore. So what I'm going to do is because I can only get 3 on my videos or on my channel before I lose my channel. So 1 new follower in the last month. Who was that? Probably Rochelle. Max viewers 2 plus minus 1 from last stream. Last stream had 3? Cool. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream in a moment. I just want to raid a channel. Raid channel. Okay, so we are currently raiding, and then I'll go ahead and end my stream. So, let's see. Raid now. Alrighty, stream rated. Let's go ahead and end my